Yo! Video games.
What's up, dudes? Matt here from YoVideogames, and if you've been watching this channel recently, you might have noticed that we recently completed our latest Mega Man title, Mega Man X4. Now last year, we started a whole new series called Retro Coach, where either I or Max would take a classic game series and coach the other through them. Oddly enough, in all my years of playing video games, I have never actually completed a Mega Man title, but that all changed starting last year with the first game in the series. Now, since I've gone through the big four, I'd like to give you my opinion on what I think is the best Mega Man title. Now, there's a lot of Mega Man games out there, there's a lot of strong opinions, and there's a lot of games everyone holds near to their heart. And while I haven't played every Mega Man game yet, and I thought I'd give a review on some of the Mega Man titles that I've actually beaten now. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Mega Man 1. The first challenge of Mega Man for me was not overcoming bosses or enemy patterns, but the actual physics of the series in general. Mega Man has no run button, and while you can angle his jumps, you cannot do anything to actually extend the height or length as found with a run jump in Mario or a roll jump in Donkey Kong Country. Luckily, I had a game for the NES known as Darkwing Duck, which was also developed by Capcom and is sometimes considered the lost Mega Man game on the NES. The skills there would be invaluable for me, despite many years between now and playing that title. Out of the 4 Mega Man games I have completed, I find the original Mega Man the weakest. I understand being the first, it naturally lends itself to being a trailblazer. After all, I don't feel the first Legend of Zelda or the first Super Mario Bros. To be the best of their series either. I think the 2 biggest problems with Mega Man are small but very significant issues. The first is a mandatory item you need to acquire in a Lek-Man stage. The problem with this is that you don't know you need this item until well into a Dr. Wily stage. It is the only actual item you get in the game that isn't related to health or ammo, meaning you could easily never know how to beat the Wily stages. And lastly, you need to return to the stage with Gutsman's ability just to get the item. Again, you are probably unaware of this ability to even return to the stages, but that could at least be figured out with some simple messing around on the character select screen. The item creates platforms that stick to the walls that you really only need to use once to my memory, and serves no other purpose in the game than to get you stuck and make you backtrack. The second issue is with the Yellow Devil. Long a bane of fans, it is an obnoxiously hard boss that the game throws at you, assuming you can deal with as simply as any of the other bosses. This creature is so infamous, it is even making it into Super Smash Bros. 4. To be honest, I used the pause glitch to beat it. I still don't know why the designers would create a mid-boss that far exceeds the difficulty of the final boss and any of the other bosses for that matter. Mega Man 2. Mega Man 2 is widely considered to be the fan favorite of the original series, and for good reason. It improves on nearly everything in the first game, but I can boil it down to one simple upgrade: metal blades. My biggest beef with Mega Man has always been that the shooting sucks. From my time as a kid to even now, I find the idea that a super futuristic series and character like Mega Man can't aim his fucking arm at all stupid and ridiculous. I understand it serves the design of the game, but that design mostly just frustrates me when the superior Metroid series exists. Of the original games I have played, Mega Man 2 actually solves this problem with metal blades. Granted, you have to first earn them from Metal Man, and they do run on limited ammo, which is easy enough to refill by defeating enemies. Mega Man 2 is pretty much flawless, except for one part. In one of the Dr. Wily stages, there's an end-level boss that is a series of security cameras that flash and open up and shoot at you in unison. The problem with the boss is that it can only be damaged by a single weapon, and that weapon runs out of ammo very quickly. And you basically have to perfectly hit every camera as there is just enough ammo to beat the boss. And screwing up once means you have to let yourself get killed and refill the ammo at the start of the level. No other boss absolutely requires a certain ammo type, and every other boss offers some challenging but available alternate method to win. Again, this seems like a really dumb decision by the designers of the game to throw in for no real good reason. Still, the final boss is pretty creative, and the metal blades make the game much more fun to play. While I have dabbled in a bit of Mega Man 3, this would be the last of the original Mega Man games I would complete. Mega Man X. Mega Man X was a radical departure for the series when jumping on the SNES. Or kind of. Mega Man X plays like most previous titles on the NES at the start, with the added presentation and story elements. Once you dig deeper into the game though, you start to see what an SNES-based title can do. Hidden throughout the levels are upgrades for Mega Man, similar in vein to Metroid. These upgrades, while not necessary, improve your mobility and movement options, and frankly just make the game much more fun to play. Another addition is the wall jump mechanic, which takes a lot of pain off the platforming segments. By and large though, the rest of the game plays like a traditional Mega Man title. You have robot masters that defeated in the proper order will make defeating the other bosses much easier. My only issue with Mega Man X were that even with the proper boss order, some of the bosses just beast through with not much difference. That damn octopus in particular. And one more thing which has bugged me since the beginning, and something I'm still not a fan of: the endgame boss rush. Usually by the time you reach the boss rush, you have mastered each of the bosses and exploited their weaknesses, so having to simply beat them one more time feels like a lazy and cheap way to extend the game's length. I get this was a bigger deal back when most games could be beaten in a couple hours, but I would have rather seen another stage frankly than deal with 8 bosses I have already beaten before once again. Still a good game and one I think most SNES owners should check out. Mega Man X4. This is the most recent title I have completed, and if you have followed us on Twitch TV/Maximilian_dude, you might have caught us playing through it live. Don't worry, I'll be uploading the rest of the playthrough to our channel very soon. For me, Mega Man X4 is the best Mega Man game I have played, hands down. The movement and mobility options combined with the stage variety, as well as the ability to play as Zero, make this an easy choice. But there is more to it than just that. Something that X4 gets right better than any other Mega Man game I have played is that the game is very good about letting you know when you are defeating the bosses in the proper order. The way they react might feel a bit cheap and easy for some series veterans, but I think by letting you beast bosses in the proper order is an empowering feeling on the player. It's more a reward for doing it right. Being on the Saturn and PlayStation meant that the story and presentation were upped even more, but thankfully, this was before the era of Kojima and Final Fantasy X, and the cutscenes are kept to a tolerable minimum. That said, the localization effort is pretty hilariously bad, and the voice acting is atrocious. It is a good thing the series was as well established as it was when this title came out, because if you started the series with this, I can imagine a lot of people being turned off to it from being so goddamn terrible to listen to. Unlike previous games I've played, the greatest challenge in this title is the final form of the final boss, which feels a lot more proper than before. My only complaint is that losing a life on the final form reverts you back to Form 1, meaning you have to defeat 2 pushover forms of Sigma every time you lose to his goofy-ass final form. Frankly, I would have ended it at his second form. He at least looked cool and the background was sweet. When all is said and done though, I think Mega Man X4 tops it from a gameplay and design standpoint. I will be looking for a sweet Japanese copy for my Sega Saturn soon. So there you have it, guys. My personal opinion on all 4 Mega Man titles that I've played. Let us know which Mega Man title is your favorite in the comments, and let us know which Mega Man title you'd like us to see tackle next. Hopefully Capcom will get around to making a new Mega Man game before we get around to beating another one. But in the meantime, let's just enjoy what we have. So we'll catch you later, whether on the channel or on the stream. Later, dudes!